Hello, everyone. I'm Colleen Vanderzyden, and this is Creating an Inspired Life. And as usual, I'm very happy to be here with you today, and I'm so happy you're watching and listening to my show and everyone else's shows, because here on A1R Psychic Radio, we have such a great time bringing love and light to the world. Now, I'm a psychic medium. And as a medium, I connect with our loved ones on the other side and bring through messages. And they like to help us out with our lives sometimes. Sometimes they just want to say hi. We just never know what they're going to say. I'm also a spiritual life coach. And as a life coach, I help people take steps, become empowered to change their lives in whatever direction it is that they want to move. I love doing those two things. That's really my passion, to help you live your best, your most unique, your most awesome, inspired life. It is what I do every single day of my life, help you live a better life. Now, on our show here tonight, what I usually do is I give a coaching tip and then I take a caller or two. And today's coaching tip is on making a difference. I've had so many people talk to me lately about the state of the world, the problems in the world. And it's very depressing. And it can really weigh on people. And I've noticed that as these people are talking to me, they're giving me the impression that no matter what they do or what anyone does, it doesn't make a difference, that it's hopeless, and that nothing will ever change. People worry about the environment, whether or not we're taking care of our water, our air, our land. They're worried about the politics nationally or internationally and the tensions between countries. They're worried about violence, and there seems to be so much of that being reported these days. They're worried about wars or possible wars. And when we move into this kind of a mindset where we're looking at the world's problems, they are so big to us that it can affect us, and it can make us feel as though we can lose hope. We're not going to have any hope that life is going to get better, not just in the state of the world, but even in our own communities and our own lives. We start to focus on the problems. And when we do it on a bigger scale, looking at the world, we start to notice more negativity and more problems locally for ourselves. We may notice community issues where maybe there's job issues because companies are moving out of the area. Maybe there's tragedies that have happened locally in your community. And we start to think about these things, and they kind of infiltrate every part of us. And then it kind of even gets further into it because we start looking at all the problems in our own lives. And as we become focused on these problems on a large scale or a small scale, globally, nationally, locally, even personally, we really get feeling depressed. We really get feeling like there's nothing we can do to make a difference. And we become hopeless and we become helpless. And when we're hopeless and helpless, we're disempowered. We don't take any action to make changes because why try? It doesn't make any difference what one person does. But that's the wrong attitude. That's a very defeatist attitude, because one person can make a difference. If you're getting overwhelmed with the life situations around you or globally across the whole world, then don't focus on those issues. What you want to do, it's highly unlikely you're going to be the one to solve the world's problems. Maybe you will, but unlikely. So in that case, what you might want to do instead is focus on smaller issues, smaller concerns. See the different ways you can make a difference. If there are issues in your community, they may be small compared to the world's problems, but they may be big to the people who are living those problems, those issues. When you feel hopeless and helpless, that's a signal. That's the time for you to step up and decide to make a difference, to step up and become involved, to choose to do something to change the attitudes of the world. Because when you help people around you, community, individuals, anything around you, when you help them, you'll actually feel better. You'll feel more empowered. You'll feel like you're making a difference. You'll be spreading love and joy, and you'll be contributing to the shifting of the energetic field that's around you. When you contribute to the community, or contribute to people around you. You can do things as simple as donating money or time to various organizations and things. If you're unhappy with the violence in the world, you're unhappy with the violence wherever, what you want to do then is make a choice to choose to be peaceful, kind, and loving. If you're worried about the politics, what can you do on a more community level to make a difference, to contribute to the positive energy? Because everything we do around us, even if we think it's small and insignificant, are not at all. They're very important. They all add up, and they all have a ripple effect. There's a group near me who rescues cats. And they had heard about some cats down in Louisiana that were in a kill shelter, which means they have the cats for a certain amount of time and then they euthanize them and kill them because they can't keep them anymore. So this group near me heard about it, and they went down to Louisiana and picked up 31 cats and kittens and brought them back up here to Western New York. Now, by the time they got back here, they had a few more kittens. Okay, some were born on the way. But these people, even though some people might think that's a small thing, that's nothing compared to the global problems. Well, maybe it's not, but to those kittens and cats, it made a difference in their lives. To the people who rescued these animals, that made a difference in their lives. To the people who are now going to adopt those cats and kittens, they're going to also, in addition to helping them, they're also going to have the benefit of having that love and that joy and the fun that comes with having a cat or a kitten. Now, some people might think that's, no big deal. But it is a big deal because all of this stuff ripples out and affects everyone around us when we contribute to our community in such a good way as this. I'm sure at some point you've been on the receiving end of having maybe a car broken down and you're on the side of a highway and someone comes and helps you. This is a person who's demonstrating kindness. This is a person, it may be a random act of kindness. It may be that's just what they do. They're going to stop and help. Maybe you've had an issue where you didn't have quite enough money and somebody knew it and maybe sent you an early birthday present to help you out. You've been on the receiving end of these kindnesses. And when you have those things happen to you, how do you feel? Don't you feel great? Don't you feel like you're heard? Don't you feel like you have made a difference to somebody for them to help you out too? And you've helped them by letting them help you. How do you like that little circle thing? So it's a really wonderful thing. When you show these acts of kindness, when you want to make a difference, you can easily express your appreciation to someone. There are so many different ways you can help people. It doesn't have to include money. It doesn't have to include time. It can include just smiling. One time I went to the grocery store and I had decided I was going to smile and say hi to everyone I met. And oh my goodness, I was in that store for at least 2 hours. It was craziness, but I met so many really nice people. It was really a lot of fun. And I could see for some of the people that people never really said hi to them or anything, and they really were pleased and happy to have somebody acknowledge their presence. So if you're concerned about the problems in the world, since we've pretty much established you're not going to be the one to solve everything, work in a little bit smaller way. Pick some stuff in the community. Demonstrate some random acts of kindness. Be nice to people. Smile at people. Make a choice to make a difference. These simple, small acts are the ones that make a difference. And that is my coaching tip of the day. Now, if you're interested in more information on me or on coaching or even some inspirational messages or whatever, I have all these things on my website, psychicmediumcolleen.com. You can also connect with me on Facebook, Medium Coach Colleen Vanderzyden. Now, before I get to my first caller, I want to tell you about next week. I do have a special guest coming next week, and it is very exciting. We have the president of Lilydale Assembly, Lynn Forget, is coming here. And what we're going to talk about with Lilydale Assembly, it's the largest spiritualist community in the world, where there are over 50 mediums working there and helping people who visit from all over the world. And we're going to tell you all about Lilydale, why you would want to go, what you can experience there, what peace you can find there. It's a very peaceful place. We're going to tell you all of this stuff next week, and that will be on my show next week. So I hope you tune in to that. It's going to be awesome talking to her. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to Debbie in Irving, New York. Debbie, how are you?
Hi, Colleen. I'm doing okay. And you mentioned Lilydale. I go there all the time.
Yes,
And
I
everything you
see.
said about it was true. It's such a peaceful place. And
It
the
is
healing
very peaceful.
services are awesome.
There's so much to do there too, and I think sometimes people don't realize what can happen there. They think, "Oh, that's interesting," but it's such a profound place. Do you go there a lot?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Have I seen you there?
Maybe. Maybe we usually go on Wednesday evenings for the healing services.
Okay. Well, awesome. So how can I help you today?
Well, I'm looking for a little bit of insight. Your little conversation really hit home with me and what I'm going through right now. But I have really hit on some seriously hard times, and it's almost unbearable.
Yes.
And yeah, so I'm just like, looking for some, I guess, reassurance or knowledge of what's in my future, because honestly, I feel like I can't handle this stress anymore.
Yes. And you're not alone on this. I don't know. I can't even tell you how many people I have talked to in the last couple of months who are going through similar things. And I don't know if that's a help to you to just know that you're not alone, because it really is. There's something shifting in the consciousness right now. And a lot of stuff is coming up that we need to release, let go of, look at things in different ways. And it's unfortunate we have to learn through pain and stress and all these other issues. It would be really great if we didn't have to do that. I do have a gentleman who's coming in who wants to talk to you. And as this gentleman comes in, I feel as though I want to lean over a little bit with him. He feels like, he looks like he might be in his late 60s or maybe even a little bit older, because I feel as though his body is older than he really is. Okay. He's showing me some issues in the lower back with him that are actually quite significant. And I think that has something to do with this. Yes, that's why I feel like I need to lean over quite a bit, and I just feel uncomfortable with him. I feel like his physical body just didn't last him as long as he thought it might. I do get the impression there was some abuse to his body, not physically, and maybe even with some other things. And so there seems to be not really taking care of his body. But when he comes in and talks to you, is this your father by any chance?
Very likely could be. He passed at 69.
Okay. Because I do feel that fatherly kind of presence. I don't feel him being particularly affectionate, that kind of feel, because I feel like he just had so much going on in his life, trying to live and make a living. It seems like there were some issues in there with him. This leaning over thing, though, must have been quite painful for him.
I'm thinking it could be a significant other that passed away at 59.
Okay, could be.
And it sounds more like him.
More like him? Okay. Do you happen to know if he had children or anything like that, too? Because I just feel the fatherly part with him.
Well, yes, we had a child together, and he had another child with someone else.
Okay, that may very well be the connection. Now, he tells me that you are somebody who, I want to call you the Energizer Bunny. Something knocks you down, you get back up. You get knocked down, you get back up. You get knocked down, you get back up. And you keep doing it. And you've had to do this and quite a bit, but you're actually quite good at it. He tells me that you're a scrapper is the word I want to use. As somebody who's you're going to make it happen. You're going to make it work, and you're not one to give up. And he's telling me to tell you not to worry so much about everything that's going on. And he realizes this is a difficult time. Believe me, he understands this fully. And he says not to worry so much about it, because he's telling you, you can do this. You can do this. He knows you can do it. If anybody can do this, you can do this. He's like a little cheerleader right now, telling you that you can handle this. He says the problem right now is there's just so many things at once. It's just so heavy duty. It's
Yeah.
it's not just one.
I have zero income and I am homeless.
Yeah, and it's like you can only handle so much. I mean, no one in their right mind can handle and much of these things when they're big like this.
Mhm.
But he gives me the
Mhm.
impression there are people around you who are helping you and people around
Yes.
you who support you. And he's also telling me you have people around you who love you. And he says that these people are looking out for you. And he's saying not to give up. And he's talking about July. July seems to be significant. And I'm talking about in the future July, not in the past July. So he's talking about July as being significant. I feel like a pretty good weight lifted off of me. So it would appear something is going to be happening. I'm going to see what else he has to say, though, as we're going. As he's talking, he says you're actually pretty good about looking at the positive on things. Are you pretty good at that?
Yes, I am, and I am an occupational therapist, and I typically work in skilled nursing where things are very, sad and gloomy, and that's like one of my specialties. I bring joy to people in those situations.
Right. And you've been looking for another job, he tells me.
Yes, I am. In fact, I went on an interview today.
Okay. Yeah, because there's actually several opportunities out there for you right now. There are several there. And I feel very strongly that you're getting a new job. And I also feel it's just going to take you a little bit of time to get back on your feet. It's going to take some time to have enough money, and all of that. But I do feel it happening. Actually, and what I see too is that the place you end up going to the atmosphere is nice and you fit in well with them. Personality-wise, it works really well. But there are so many opportunities out there for you. So I'm not feeling that it's going to take long. He's telling me that anybody who hires you would be lucky to have you. And yes, and he wants me to make sure you recognize, that the gifts you have, what you can share with other people and what you do share with other people, and to make sure you acknowledge those within yourself. Because it's hard to see that when we're having problems in our lives. It's hard to go, oh, yeah, I'm good at this, because you're thinking, oh, my God, I don't have a job. How can I be good at it?
I feel like a loser. I feel like a total loser.
And you're not at all. And you're not at all. And it's just the situation you happen to have right now. And it's not permanent. It's not going to stay this way at all. Not at all. And I do feel that it's going to shift quickly, too, when it shifts. But it's going to take a little bit of time for you to, get back into a more secure situation for you financially is the big thing.
I'm so far down, and I'm so far down. Yes, it will take a while for me to get back on my feet.
It will, but there's nothing wrong with relying on other people to help you, and because other people want to help you, they want to make a difference in your life. They want to help you, they want to be there for you, and so let them help you.
How blessed am I, right?
Exactly, and that was going to be my next thing. I was going to tell you to make a list and count your blessings, because that's what I do if I start getting depressed or thinking, oh, I'm not making a difference. And you get in that mindset of, oh, I'm not good at this. I don't know what I'm doing. And I make a list, and then I look at it and I go, you know what? It's not nearly as bad as I thought it was. We just happen to have a situation that's challenged right now.
But I feel like a mooch. I feel like I'm putting other people out because they're helping me.
No, you're not at all. You're actually allowing them to show their love to you. You're actually giving them love back by allowing them to help you. This is huge, and it's hard for people to learn that when they're independent and they're used to taking care of themselves, and which you have been. And now it's your turn to learn that gratitude, that appreciation for the people who are there for you. And you will learn this, and you will be even more compassionate and empathetic with more people as your life goes on because of this experience. It's only going to make you a better person. What a blessing. This is truly a blessing.
It is, truly, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I'm really, yes.
Yes, and he sends you so much love, so much joy. Okay, so I'm going to have to let you go because I do have to move on to my next caller. But Debbie, I'll be sending you lots of love because you've got some stuff coming up that's going to shift your whole life. It's going to be great. It's going to be so good. And if you go to Lilydale this summer, look me up and say hi. Okay.
I will, absolutely, definitely. And thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I will talk to you at some point in the next few months. I know I will. So thank you, Debbie. So that was Debbie from New York. And we will now move on to Elaine from Pennsylvania. Elaine, how are you?
Hi, Colleen. How are you?
Good. How can I help you today?
I'm trying to connect with some loved ones.
Okay. I have a gentleman who came in really fast, actually, and he feels on the younger side to me, 40s, 50s. Okay. Lots of times we get the grandparents and that, but not this one. He's 40s or 50s when he passes. And I want to be taller. I want to be, it might even be 5'10", 5'11". I feel thinner. I feel dark hair, and he tells me he's good looking. And I would agree with him on that. I think he's quite good looking. He laughs. He thinks that's funny. But I agree with him on that. I do like his sense of humor. I also like his, I get a certain feeling of initiative and assertiveness with him.
Okay.
I feel like he feels quite confident. He can take care of things. There's a little bit of ego in here. That, he's pretty confident in himself and who he is as a person. Boy, was his passing quite sudden? All of a sudden, I'm getting like a pressure in my chest and my whatever this is, esophagus and stuff. It just feels like sudden, and it feels like a surprise, and it doesn't.
It was my brother. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's a little irritated he passed when he did, because he said he had things to do, but then he laughs. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's a little irritated. He said he had things to do, and it was a surprise. And he says, oh, this is going to be funny. He says he doesn't buy into the theory that we pass when we're supposed to. He doesn't buy into that. He disagrees with that, and he says no. I'm not sure if he's serious or if he what. I don't know, but he's wanting to say that.
Okay.
Was he a bit of a teaser of other people? Did he like to tease you?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of teasing coming through. I feel this just fun. It's a fun teasing. I could see he might push it on occasion a little too far, but there's definitely that fun there. And there's interesting. Is your mom still here on the physical side?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. He wants to say hi. He says she's really, she's moved into a different kind of mind now.
Yes. Yes.
And things aren't as clear, shall we say, as they might have been. He's really watching over her. Like he's with her quite a bit, talking to her and being there and watching her. He's talking about the grief that she experienced when he passes, that she never really got over it. You process it to a point, but even still, not quite as much as some people do. And she truly, truly misses him. Still, there's a lot of that missing sensation there. He's talking about how she wants to see him and wants to talk to him and hug him again. And I don't know if she mentions these things to you, but there's a lot of in and out with her right now.
Both my brothers are over there.
Okay, there's a lot of that. There's a strong connection between this one and your mom, a very strong connection. He says, he's telling me that you've had a bit of a burden trying to handle everything. That it is a burden. It's been a lot. It weighs, and it's quite heavy for you, and trying to do everything. And he thanks you for what you've done. He's also showing me a headache. Are you getting headaches?
Sometimes.
Okay, so he is mentioning that as well. So when they say something like that, they usually want me to just make sure you're taking care of yourself. That you are, as much as you can, take some time to yourself and do what you want to do, even if it's just sit there and do nothing, instead of, trying to fix everything and control everything, because you're doing what you feel you need to do, and which is a good thing. And he does thank you for that. But he wants you also to make sure you're taking time for yourself, that you acknowledge your own needs and what's important to you too. So you're not putting everybody else's needs in front of yours all of the time. Okay.
Right.
That's important. He says, because he does want you to have a happy life too, and apparently you've got quite a bit of time left, according to him. So he wants you to be quite happy and all of that. He tells me how much he loves you. He's telling me that he really loves you. He says it was so wonderful to spend time with you in the physical, when he was here, and he thanks you very much for allowing him to come in, and he would like you also to just say hi to your mom for him, even though I have a feeling she's talking to him all the time anyway. So, but he would like you to say that. And it looks like I need to wrap you up because we are just about out of time. So, Elaine, that was a lot of love from your brother. So thank you so much for calling.
Thank you, Colleen.
You are welcome. And that was Elaine from Pennsylvania. And so this week, remember, if the problems of the world are getting you down, just focus on what's around you. Thank you so much for watching and listening today. I very much appreciate it. I'm Colleen Vanderzyden, and this was Creating an Inspired Life. And I will talk to you next week. Goodbye.